Here's to another unboxing video, but this time I'm not really unboxing it. I just put it under the section because I don't know what else to do. I'm just going to be showing you my new SCUF Xbox One, or SCUF One, SCUFing Xbox One. It's called the SCUF One controller. It is a SCUF controller for the Xbox One. I was given it, very fortunately, to have a look at, and I'm just gonna share it with you. I'm not doing an unboxing because I've already unboxed it. And I think a lot of the things I got inside the box don't come with the actual device, so I just want to make sure that I'm doing this properly. It's more like an overview of what it is and why you want it, really. It is it's a heavy-ish controller, as you can see. It's for pro gaming. A lot of pro gamers are sponsored by SCUF, and it's unique in that it's got a couple of different differences when it comes to your traditional Xbox controller. Now, having tried out the SCUF controller on a couple of different games, I feel that not all games need a SCUF controller. This one I feel works predominantly with FPSs. The big changes are the games like FIFA and Minecraft I found quite frustrating. I'll let you know why in a little bit. There are two different analog sticks. You get your normal concave one, and then what they've done with the right analog stick is they've made it convex. This helps you flick, or if you want a quick scope or whatever. It just seems to have a much better feeling to it. At the back, you don't need to know what X, Y, A, and B is, right? You know, totally taken out of it. At the back, what they've done is that they've made a couple of changes. The first one that you'll notice when picking up is this grip. It's quite grippy. It seems to, I don't know what it's like with sweat, because I don't play for too long sessions. I get bored very quickly, so I sit for maybe 2-3 hours. I don't sit for a whole entire day, but it don't feel like it gets sweaty over that period of time, so that's very good. You'll also notice then it's got these extra buttons on the back here. These are paddles, they call them. They seem to be adjusted with Allen keys. There's two Allen key things over here. I got an Allen key in the box. I've been told that you potentially don't get an Allen key in the box, or you need to buy that kit separately. As far as I know, the paddles come with it. You just need the Allen key. I don't know. It doesn't make 100% sense. If you don't want to buy their Allen key and the paddles come with it, you are welcome to walk into a hardware store. They have Allen keys there. Now, these paddles are extra buttons, but they're obviously when you go into your key mapping on your console, you can't add extra buttons. So they're mapped to, as far as I can remember, this is A, this is B. So on your right hand side it's A, on your left hand side is B. The idea though is very clever. When you are operating your right analog stick and you want to flick over to either jump, or which would traditionally be A, or B, which would be like to either reload or duck or slide if you're playing Call of Duty, you always have to theoretically lift your thumb off of this analog stick. Now you don't. Because the buttons are located here, you can simultaneously click this button and keep your hands on top of the analog sticks. So it really adds like another dimension of control that you don't have on a normal console. You have to let go of the controllers. The other thing, and this took me a while to work out, is that these triggers can be adjusted and can be far more sensitive and harder and less soft. So like if you get a racing game, you kind of want the trigger to go all the way down, so there's a long pull, and that way you can get different variations with racing. But when it comes to a shooter, for instance, shooters are great examples for the SCUF controller. You don't want to have a variation. You want to pull as soon as it hits, or as soon as you touch the button it wants to fire. You need immediate responsiveness. So in order to do that, you can adjust it to be for racing. I have adjusted it for shooting. You grab on the side here. Now this is tricky. This is the tricky part, and I don't want to break this, but it does tell you that you have to press the trigger in and pull. It's coming off. Don't you worry. Okay, it's coming off. There we go. Obviously, you don't want to do this very. Flip it. I hope I didn't break anything. Anyway, so you also don't want to open this up very often, but there is another. You'll see there's a tool there that messes with this system over here, and this is your trigger switch for your trigger, and you generally want to tighten it. So you can tighten it or loosen it as you see fit, and either or. So some people like to have also variable triggers. You want to be very responsive on the right trigger, but on your left trigger you want to make it a little bit more, a little bit more variable, and you can do that. You have full control. And then I think you can change the faceplates, but obviously it comes in a whole bunch of different kinds of faceplates, so it's up to you. So that's the joy of the SCUF controller. It doesn't have, from a battery perspective, let me take this off, it doesn't have a plug and play charger as you'd expect from something like the PlayStation controllers. I think the PlayStation ones do, but in terms of the Xbox One, straight up, you need to get yourself some double A's or some rechargeables or plug and play kit. I haven't tried my plug and play kit yet with this, so you'll have to check that out. But also, it's got a USB, so if you are having a bit of problems, you can switch to the USB. I recommend that you don't want to have a vibrate on, especially when you're playing a pro game. It's just distracting, makes no sense. Yeah, waste battery, just switch that off. There you have it. That's the SCUF Xbox One controller. I'm jamming with it, just trying it out and seeing how I feel about it. It is very different and very heavy. But also, if I was playing competitively and focusing on one game or a couple of games, getting used to it takes a little time to get used to this A and B thing at the back, but it seems to be worth it. The trade-off is great. Yeah, so that's the Xbox One SCUF controller. Let me know what you think about it. Are you potentially thinking of picking up a SCUF controller for your console, for your competitive gaming? If you are, please let me know. Like this video if you found it in any way helpful, and please subscribe. I've got a whole bunch of other gaming videos in, or don't. You know, if you don't like games, you might not like my channel. I don't know. Until the next video, guys, I'll check you next time. Bye.